Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is a little bonus reading. It's all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to do singles love readings, career, money readings, but we never ask, how are you doing? So this reading is really going to address that. I'm going to see what comes out for you. Please also note that I'm shuffling the cards, so I have no control over what pops out for you, but I will read the energy and honor what pops out. So it may not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it, is what I always say. Yeah, let's see what comes out for you. First off, I can see you're doing a lot of questioning. There's a lot of whys being asked here. Soul searching, questioning the whys of the world, the universe, your personal circumstances. Some of you may feel, even though you're really busy, that somehow you're still at a standstill. It just feels very much like you're at a pause junction in your life and you're asking bigger philosophical questions. That's what I'm seeing, first of all. And that 7 of Pentacles is like you're asking because you're wondering if what you're doing is worth it, or some of you may feel like you've invested so much hard work and so much tenacity, drive, and diligence that you're wondering why things just feel so hard. You know, why is it things are not as rewarding as they felt like they should be? Some of you may even feel like you should be further along than you are right now. But I really feel some of you are working towards some sort of new start in your world, and it's been difficult. I feel like you're exhausted. You've got a 10 of Wands there, which means basically, even though you're busy and you are inspired sometimes, and one day you may have lots of energy, because I'm being given lots of high energy here, and the next day you're completely drained and depleted of your energy. So some of you may feel it's a lot. And you're trying to either regulate or balance out your energy in some way. We also have a 5 of Swords there. So some of you have had some tension. Could have been tension headaches. Could be that you've been doing a lot of overthinking recently. And some of you may even have been dealing with someone who's been pushing your buttons, trying to sabotage the energy in some way. Now, I don't feel that as much for everybody, my beautiful Aquarians there, but I will address it when I get there, because the 5 of Swords is a card of overthinking. It's a card of analyzing everything, but it can also be someone who tries to win at all costs. You know, we've all got that one person. If you said that the sky was blue, that person will argue that actually it's green right now. You know, there's a person, I feel for some of you, there are a lot of hard work. Now, this doesn't have to be someone in your family unit, but it could be. It could be someone who tries to stir the pot sometimes. Could be a friend or a frenemy. Could be a boss. Could be a neighbor. For some of you, there's been a bit of tension here and you're wondering whether it's worth it. But I see you detaching from this situation in order to create sanctuary for your peace of mind, okay? So that's the main energy I've got coming out from your overarching kind of energy. It's almost like you are at a bit of a fork in the road in your world right now, where you're forging a new way. And when we try to change direction or pay attention to a different area of our life, sometimes it can feel really hard. It can feel disruptive. We're breaking a pattern or we're breaking a cycle. And I feel for some of you, you're breaking a cycle. Now, this could be that you've accepted certain behavior from certain people or certain situations for a long time. And, you know, we get into a pattern of just slipping into the old, and you're really forging a way towards new right now. So things that perhaps you accepted a long time ago, you're certainly not accepting that right now. I definitely see that you're breaking a pattern. For some of you, it could be that there's a habit here that you have yourself that you're trying to break out of, and you're trying to forge a new way. And again, that can be difficult. And sometimes we start to overthink things, or sometimes we start to really wonder if this breakthrough is worth it, or even whether is there a reward on the other side. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, because it's going to be different for everyone, I'm just reading the like overarching energy, and there's a lot of philosophical questions going on right now, a lot of soul searching, a lot of connecting to your higher self and preparing yourself. I'm being given the word prepare, preparing yourself for a new way of doing something, or a new way of living, for example. And it's been hard. So I definitely see that on a soul level, a lot of you are exhausted and trying to protect a place of sanctuary in your mind, trying to manage stress levels, because it just feels like no matter what you're doing right now, it just feels like there's more and more being asked of you right now. That could be if you're in a career, for example, even though this reading's not about career, even if you're retired, it just feels like there's more demand on your time, your energy. You may feel that there's never enough time in the day to do the things that you really want to do, whatever it is that you do day to day. I just feel like at the end of the day, you're like, okay, that was a lot, but what did I accomplish? And I'm actually being given that you are actually making a lot of progress in your life, both personally, spiritually, physically, you're making a lot of progress, but it doesn't feel like it because the energy has been so heavy and serious over the last couple of years. So things are about to change, but I'm being given this energy of it normally is a little bit difficult or hard just before a radical change and a new path is open to you. And if you're trying to discover like a new way of doing something, or even like exploring uncharted territory in your life, this is a time period where it can feel difficult, but there is a breakthrough. So let's get to each card individually. That's the overarching energy I'm getting right now. But the High Priestess, this is a card of almost like being in between worlds. So please apply it to your situation, because being in between worlds can indicate that, you know, you are thinking logically about your path ahead, but also daydreaming about what you see for your future. For some of you, it could be that you're doing two streams of income and you're trying to spread your time, you know, or your energy. For some of you, you could be caught in a crossfire between two people who are arguing, for example. It could be that you're the peacemaker in a family unit, or you are someone who, you know, when people are at each other, you're the person who steps in and goes, come on, look, let's see if we can work this out in a positive fashion. So I feel there's this energy of being in between two things right now for you. And I feel like there's this energy here of having to make a choice or a decision about a new approach. And a decision needs to be made. And you will find the right answer within yourself. I see you taking stock of things, really withdrawing. And some of you may have already withdrawn from situations, because this is a withdrawal card. This card actually means some of you are just watching. You're being very observant, but also tapping into your intuition to see what your gut instinct is telling you about the situation. Now, this doesn't have to be in terms of personal. It can be in terms of world events, for example. It's about how the energy swirling around us all affects us. So some of you are tapping into your knowingness, your intuition about how changes are afoot, but also you are trying to remain grounded and also connected to your higher self, so that you can retain a peace of mind about the path ahead in order to protect yourself and your family, for example, against any changes that you perceive are coming for the future. Now, I see that you're in a really good position. I know things are hard. I do see that there is change, but I also see you taking control of your situation and manifesting things for your highest good. Remember, thoughts become things. So I have to say it that with the Five of Swords there and the Two of Swords, if we catastrophize about the worst case scenario, sometimes we'll attract it because we're thinking about it all the time. And the universe is just basically tapping into what you're thinking about all the time. And if you're thinking about the negative or the worst case scenario, the universe is almost like assuming that that's what you visualize for your future. That's what you see. That's what you want. So sometimes even when things look really difficult or dark, sometimes we have to try and override that energy. That's what the Magician card is all about, you know, channeling your energy into the positive. It's really about tapping into your visions in order to create your reality. And right now, you have a very strong potential to manifest whatever it is you desire. So remember that thoughts become things, and sometimes it's really hard to remain positive during any circumstances that we're experiencing right now in the world at large. But some of you are going through something really difficult. Now, I can only tell you what I can see and the cards that you've got. And these are quite difficult cards. So I can see that it has been a lot. And some of you are feeling really depleted, but tapping into that sense of positivity, knowing that the positive outcome is available to you, helps you reach it even quicker. Now, this card also indicates a lot of you are delving deeper into your spiritual gifts right now. You're on a period where you feel that you are connecting to your higher self, but it's almost like you're opening the door to the subconscious mind at this moment in time in order to reprogram yourself in some way. Now, this could be very beneficial because it's basically you asking yourself how you're going to show up for yourself. What did you learn yesterday that you can implement today to change your future for the positive? It's also about, reviewing your life in some way at a very critical point where you're basically analyzing what you are experiencing right now and what you want to experience in the future, because based on the past, you work out what you want and what you certainly do not want to occur in your life as you move forward. So this review almost reminds yourself, to either stop doing something that perhaps you've wanted to stop for a while, or, stop accepting things that perhaps you feel have gone on long enough, or, stop feeling things that no longer hold a place in your life. This is a major closure event, but it also opens you up to reviewing and rewriting your narrative. You're taking control of your life in a really positive way. So this card, I feel this is you really representing this wisdom, this enlightenment. You are working out some answers to questions that you've had for quite some time, and you're listening to your own feelings and your own intuition. Now, we can all reach out to friends for advice, or even people in positions of authority for advice. And it's important to take their advice on board, always. We always need different viewpoints, but ultimately your gut instinct is going to tell you what is right for you. And I feel a lot of you are tapping into that right now. Now, this is an aside energy. Some of you are developing your spiritual gifts, delving into your psychic knowingness. Some of you may feel a little bit more drawn to, documentaries about the unknown in the next coming weeks, or maybe this is something that you love, but you're going to watch more of it. When you get that kind of energy, I feel it's really important to remain grounded as well, because sometimes we can get lost in, this sense of the unknown, and it can make us feel a little bit of fear. Okay, now don't shoot the messenger when I say this. Your gut instinct will tell you, of course, what you feel or believe is right for you. But I feel there's this energy here of not allowing yourself to let the unknown, whether that's through a documentary or a movie, or whether that's through your own life, at looking forward and feeling, well, I don't know what is to come. Don't allow fear or overanalyzing kind of stop you from enjoying yourself, having fun, going out there and living in the moment, because fear, it will ground us. It will keep us rooted to the spot without change. So I feel a lot of you maybe even looking at that very thing itself, looking at moments in your life where you feel people either try to, underestimate you or undervalue you, or even remove the power from you, because you actually have the power in the situation. You're more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And this could actually be based on your previous experiences from people who tried to either put their expectations upon you or saw you as a threat and tried to knock your confidence in order to remove the threat from themselves. So I feel a lot of you are dealing with trying to build more confidence in life. I mean, some of you, I feel when you were younger, some of you grew up a lot quicker than most, is what I see, because I feel a lot of you had very difficult circumstances, and some of you have been really spun into a period of searching for something that you feel sometimes deep down when you have those 3 a.m. thoughts. Some of you may feel that you will never find what you're searching for, but I see that you will. So if some of you are searching for love, for example, I feel like you will find it. If you're searching for more money, I feel like you will find it. But I feel there's this energy of feeling a little bit disappointed or let down by life or by a person. And I feel like you're getting closure on that. You're sort of leaving that path behind in order to embrace a bright new future, okay? Now, we do have that Magician card. This Magician card is about control, but it's also about focus. So this is about focusing right now on your spiritual gifts, your higher self, your knowingness, but also exploration. I feel right now you're going through a period of like seeing what works and what doesn't work in your life, and whatever makes you happy and it works, that's the thing that you're going to follow the most. So I feel like you're following your heart. You're someone who is super creative, you know, you're very talented and very gifted, and some of you actually have an untapped potential in some creative field. So this could be that you're really awesome at painting, or you're really awesome at writing, or you're really awesome at motivating people and talking to people and really, you know, raising their spirits. Whatever it is that you feel called to do in this lifetime, some of you have an untapped talent here that you're aware of, but you haven't really explored it fully. And some of you are being called to explore that at this time. And it's really going to, number one, raise your spirits, because then you're in the flow, but also it's going to help you increase your finances if that's what you're hoping to do right now. The Magician card actually tells you that you have everything you need within yourself to conduct your life and attract the opportunities, the people, and the circumstances to live your best life. And I feel some of you have been trying to tap into living your best life. It's almost like society has told us we should all be living our best life, but the reality is it's hard, and sometimes it's so hard that we have to almost throw the manual of how to live your best life out the window so we can discover a path to, thrive, survive circumstances, and live in the moment to deal with what we've got in this moment. And the best life part of it will come in the future once you've created a level of stability and, peace of mind. And I feel a lot of you are going through that right now rather than the live your best life energy, because the Ten of Wands tells me it's hard. The Two of Swords tells me that all the effort that you're putting into every part of your life, some of you are still feeling a little bit lost, or you're drifting. Even though you can see a goal or something you're working hard towards, some of you are kind of like asking this question, is this it? Right? That's the energy that I'm picking up here. And it may not resonate with everyone, but I have to give you the energy that's coming through in this reading right now. And I'm here to tell you that there is more to come that is good for you. There is more positive energy coming. And the Magician card indicates right now you're in a state of attracting things towards you. And that if you have been lacking in energy, because some of you are so exhausted, like on a soul level, and some of you may be even questioning, what is draining my energy? Is it a food substance? Is it, something that's making me feel bloated, lethargic? Is it hormonal related? Is it a person? Is it an environment? Some of you are just like, why do I feel so low energy right now? And why does it fluctuate? One minute you're like having an intense high and then a crashing low. So for some of you, it could be food related. It could be some substance that you're having that is giving you that increase and that suddenly is robbing you of the energy. But I feel like you will find balance, okay? I'm being given this other energy coming through right now as well. So one moment, please. I need to tap into it. They're giving me an image in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. Now, this is a little bit left field, okay? They're showing me like a coat of arms, okay? A coat of arms. Now, this, of course, connects to lineage, but it could be a statement of achievement and heritage, okay? So it's almost like your ancestors are really proud of yourself. It's almost like you are bearing the shield of strength, and identity of your family right now, and that, you are going through some tough times, but you're resilient, and it's because you're from your family lineage, you've got this protection, they're protecting you right now. I mean, it could be that you're searching out knowledge and insight into your family history right now as well. For some of you, this could be like health related if you're thinking that you've got a drain of energy. Some of you may have a condition perhaps that some of your family lineage had before you. So this could be something that you're delving a little bit deeper into. I mean, I don't see anything untoward here. I just see it as like less energy is what I'm seeing. So I don't see anything negative health-wise here. I just want you to be aware of that. But I'm being given this coat of arms because it's like you delving into your family history to see how things in this moment affect you directly, okay? So that could be something that you're going through right now. I mean, it could also be that, when you think about a coat of arms, it's like a shield bearing witness to your greatness, so that you should be proud of yourself. Also, it's an energy of like sovereignty of oneself, you know, the freedom from outside control, for example, or that you're focusing on your purpose, and, you know, that your family are protecting you as you move towards your purpose. So I really feel there's an energy of strength here. I mean, for some of you, it could literally mean that you're looking for lost family members, for example, or family members that you lost touch with. Maybe you're delving into your family tree at this time. So it could be something like that that you're going through right now. But I really get more of a sense that you're doing an awesome job, and you should be really proud of yourself, that times are tough right now in different areas of your life, and you're working with the energy that you've got in this moment and the circumstances that you've been given, and you're forging away. No matter how difficult it is, I see that you're forging away, and I feel this energy of pride. Your family are proud of you, especially your ancestors. I just think so much. I'm truly grateful. Now, I want you to be aware, and I don't show this to everybody, okay? I have a beautiful card here because I work with the energies, and it's called the Ancient Ones, okay? Now, my guide actually pointed me straight here. I wanted to say your ancestors, but I'm being given this energy of they like to be called the Ancient Ones because they have knowledge that we have not yet learnt. So I feel like you're going to have lots of downloads of new ideas, new energy, new purpose, new sort of movement through these difficult times, and that you are protected and that they are so proud of you. Okay, so I'm really being given that right now. And you're in a really high vibing state, even though you feel energetically drained. I feel you're in a very high vibing state to have moments where omens, signs, symbols are going to be sent to you from those that walked before us, and they're going to help you find the answers that you seek and point you in the direction that you need to go. Pay close attention to the signs is what I'm being given. I mean, for some of you, a coat of arms could be the sign. You know, so you may be walking down a sidewalk in the next couple of days, and suddenly you see a building that has a coat of arms and it's got a specific message on it. I'm just being given the message of seize the day, carpe diem, on it there. It could be a sign or a symbol, like just go for it if you're trying to work out whether you should go for something or not. So please pay close attention to the things that you see around you, because these things, they may mean absolutely nothing in this moment, but then suddenly things start to unfold, and these are messages being channeled through me for you to pay close attention to later on in your life, okay? So I'll leave that there with respect. I'm going to disconnect from that. But we do have the Two of Swords here. And what's really positive, because we've got the Ten of Wands there, these two cards are really hard, okay? It means things are difficult. And the Ten of Wands means a lot of you are doing too much. For some of you, that sometimes you need some quiet space to meditate, perhaps, or to find peace of mind. I mean, meditation is also a little bit difficult. To control thoughts is really hard. That's what we are given, you know, that meditation is like controlling your thoughts. It's not. It's about allowing the thoughts to pass through and just filter out until such time as you come to a certain plateau where it feels a little bit more manageable and more peaceful. And you know, so I feel taking even like a minute, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever time you have to spare, and looking at these two cards, I mean, you don't have much time to spare. I feel like you're always on the go. But if you have a moment to really focus inwards, I feel like you're being called to do that at this time, to find some respite from the busy world that we have created. And it's a very loud and busy world. Everything and everybody wants your time, wants your attention. And even when, you know, we take a moment to take stock of how we feel, or, you know, those 3 a.m. thoughts, or just before bed, for example, you know, suddenly all the thoughts come rushing in, like, what did that person mean back in 1990 when they said that thing? You know, or, oh, wow, I didn't get that for dinner tomorrow. Or suddenly you start thinking about, you know, oh, maybe I should have done that instead of this. And you start to overthink things. So I feel you're being called right now to really just pay close attention to the thoughts you have, because sometimes we have an inner critic. And it sits right here in the Five of Swords. So some of you may even feel that even though you're doing a lot, and it may feel right now that you're not seeing the progress, sometimes the inner critic comes in to say, you know what, you could have done more. Some of you may feel that, you know, no matter how much you do, it's never enough. And that inner critic there, I feel like it's to be silenced. For you to notice it, because the inner critic is there to almost cast judgment over whatever it is that you're doing, so that you aspire for more, so you keep on moving through difficult times, which is of course important, and you are, but also don't allow it to knock your confidence or tell you that you are not enough. And I'll come to that Five of Swords in a moment, because sometimes a Five of Swords can be amplified just before you're about to reach greatness in your path, whatever that is. So if you're about to go for like an incredible job interview, for example, and it's your dream job, suddenly that inner critic starts to raise and go, but what if you fail? And you're like, shut up, I need to focus. I need to just, I just need to bring my A game to this. And then the nerves set in. So it's like just before you're about to do something incredible, suddenly it's like the inner critic comes in to try and knock you down a little bit. It's almost like the preemptive energy of like, okay, don't build yourself up. Don't think that this is going to go really well, because 9 times out of 10, you're expecting troubles ahead. It could be applied to anything. Some of you, it could be that you're going through a court case, for example, and deep down you're like, oh gosh, it could never work in my favor. But why wouldn't it? Sometimes we have to be a little bit more positive, and then you'll see the positive outcome. So, I do see that there are better times ahead here for you, and I will pull some cards, but right now it's almost like you're in the midst of something, and it's really messy right now before the change. And when the change comes, everything's going to be a little bit more streamlined, everything's going to be more peaceful, okay? Because I'm being given this energy of sometimes pressure, especially when you've got a 10 of Wands there. A pressure can be like a negative or a positive. In order for it to be positive, you channel that energy into shaping your world or directing it in the way that you want. Because, just before you change something, the universe sends us lots of experiences that make us feel stuck, or make us feel like we're not on the right path, or make us feel really frustrated, because without those feelings of frustration or feeling stuck, we wouldn't change anything. We would just sit there and accept it. So sometimes when things get really hard, the universe is gearing you up, almost like helping you gather all that strength, because that's what this card really is. It's about gathering the strength to enact something new or change something about your path. And you're strong enough to make this change. And it's going to be really wonderful on the other side. Because this is the resistance position, that's why I'm saying these two cards are actually really positive in the position they're in. That means they're like this, which means a new beginning, which means new inspiration, new ideas, enterprising, visions becoming a reality, opening yourself up to fun and adventure. And this card is to see clearly, is to release anything that's been clouded. This is to make the decision. This is to know what you want and go for it. This is a card that means that, there is a time where there will be action and fun and enjoyment. But it feels right now for you that the world has become a very serious and heavy place, and you're moving through mud almost to get to where you want to go. Because you're looking at the rewards right now with that Seven of Pentacles and feeling, what's the point? You've worked so hard. This isn't ready. It's almost like all your plans are in motion and they're like bubbling up. You're exploring and things are coming to fruition, but at different times. So right now, this coin is the only coin that is ripe for the picking. But doesn't mean that all this is not going to bloom into something really spectacular. So whatever it is you're working on, of course, patience is important. I feel like you've been really patient and diligent, and you are someone who is working really hard to create your destiny. You've put a lot of effort into your life. But I feel right now, some of you are just feeling that there has to be an easier way. And you're trying to brainstorm that easier way, because this is also a card of brainstorming, new ideas. Sometimes we have to look at all the ideas, the ones that are going to work, the ones that probably would never work. We have to sort through them all in order to find the best way for ourselves. Swords are always connected to the mind, to the thoughts, to the ether. And the pentacles are like on the earthly plane, how things are working out right now. In your mind, you may feel you've got the plan, right? But on the earthly plane, it feels really hard to work the plan into motion. And it may feel that things are against you, but that Seven of Pentacles, it tells you that, you're still moving and there is progress and that things are going to work out even better for you. But right now you're in a process of working out what is not meant for you, and you're not being afraid to admit it. And that could be friendships. It could be situations. It could be food related things. It could be a person. It could be, a country, it could be anything. So right now you're working out what is for me and what is not for me, and you're finding that easier way. For some of you, this is like a course correction. And I don't mean that you're completely like about turn and going in a completely different direction. What I do see is your approach is going to be completely different, and you're channeling all this energy into something really positive. Now, I am being given something, and this may not resonate with everyone, so I have to honor that, and I'll just give you what I'm being given, because I'm about to approach the Five of Swords, and this is why it's relative, okay, is what I'm being given. The Five of Swords, it's a card of challenge or mental challenge. It can be overthinking, it can be anxiety, something that's been weighing on your mind that you really need to pause and take stock of before you make any decisions. But what I'm being given about this energy is sometimes we feel really anxious, right? People with anxiety as a natural state, if you're naturally someone who worries, and not everybody is, but I'm being given this for somebody right now. So if it doesn't apply to you, then, don't take this part of the reading. Doesn't mean the rest of the reading isn't for you, but I feel this part is important for somebody, so I must honor it. People with anxiety are like superheroes, okay? This is like your superhero card. People with anxiety are kind of like superheroes is what I'm being given, because you're always prepared for the worst case scenario to kind of like step in under pressure. You're someone who is normally very calm under pressure. You worry and have anxiety before any sort of major emergency arises, right? But if an emergency did arise, you'd be the first pushing in to help others without even a second thought, okay? And it's almost like a calmness comes over you. But when there is no actual emergency or no problem, you're left feeling kind of restless or on edge, because that energy doesn't know where to go. And it's like you're on hold, waiting for the next call to action. And, you'll be ready no matter what. You're constantly in a state of readiness. And even if you don't have these anxious thoughts about what could go wrong, because you're channeling that energy into something more positive for you, I'm being given this energy, channel all that anxiety into something that you love doing for you, and breathe, because you've got this, okay? I don't see anything untoward happening here at all, nothing negative here at all. And some of you, if you're like worried about the unknown or worried about how things are going to work out, you will be ready. When you're facing it, you'll be ready. You'll have all the tools necessary, and you'll be equipped to deal with it as it comes. But again, I don't see anything that you need to be really prepared for, okay? But sometimes when we are in that state of anxiety or that need to be prepared, okay, they're trying to indicate, and by they I mean my guides, indicate there's no need to be scared. Don't allow that anxiety to rule your life or stop you from having fun, stop you from living in the moment, connecting to others, or increasing your possibilities for greatness, because again, it's the inner critic. So for some of you who are dealing with that right now, of course, anxiety is a state of mind, but it could also be something that's related to some sort of hormonal imbalance. And some of you could be working that out with yourself right now as well. So I feel for some of you, I just get this energy that, no matter what, you'll always be prepared, because that's your natural nature, but you don't have to stay in a constant state of preparation or anxiety in order to be prepared. It's naturally within you. So breathe, release that anxiety as much as possible. I know it's hard, and we all go through it at some point, but I feel it's in some way robbing you from being bold and daring and getting out there and doing really exciting stuff to have fun, okay? Now, again, as I said, it's almost like a disclaimer. That part may not resonate with everyone, but whoever it does resonate with, I feel you're being given permission to just relax and go with the flow and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. And I feel you're going to naturally magnetize more people and circumstances towards you that will lift you up and raise you even higher than ever before in a really positive way, okay? Now, as I said, Five of Swords is a shaper of tension to channel it into creating a new path. So for some of you, you're about to do something really bold and daring and something new that you've never done before, because the Two of Swords is uncharted territory. It's the quiet before the move. I don't want to say quiet before the storm, because I don't see a storm here for you. What I see here is like a quiet period of reflection before you do something radical. So it could be that you're about to change your neighborhood, or you're about to have a child, or you're about to get married, or you're about to find the love of your life, or you're about to create your own business. Whatever it is, it feels monumental for you, but in a really positive way. And it's almost like you are still forging away, you're not giving up, but you're just being aware of the pitfalls. But I don't see any pitfalls here as well. Now, of course, I also see you distancing yourself from someone who likes to push your buttons in some way. So I see that, you're removing conflict and drama from your life. But let me just go one more, because I want to see on the other side. This is like the next 6 weeks energy, but I want to see on the other side for you, because it just feels like the universe has you on hold whilst you change something that will really impact your life in such a positive way. So I want to see on the other side of that for you. The return to better times, the universe gifting you with opportunities for happiness, for joy. The Six of Cups ultimately is a message of peace. It's a message of, happier memories. It's a message of, connecting to people on a different level, where there is generosity of spirit, authentic people opening themselves up. So if some of you are feeling a bit alone right now, and you're searching for your soul tribe, I see some of you connecting to perhaps a group of people where you invest some time or money to attend this group of people. And you may even be overriding some shyness with joining this group, is what I see here. But I feel like you're going to meet like-minded people where they have your back long-term. There's security in this group of people or community, whatever this is. But ultimately, the Six of Cups is the universe bestowing a gift. And I'm being shown someone wrapping a gift right now. Interesting, because this card actually means to be gifted. Well, it's not your birthday period, my beautiful Aquarians, so it could be that you're wrapping a gift for somebody. I'm seeing wrapping paper that has polka dots on it. I mean, polka dots also spiritually mean to have fun. So you could be invited to, for example, someone's birthday event or some sort of party, or you're actually preparing a gift. But I feel the energy that I'm being given right now is that you are a gift, and you have the gift of this moment. And I feel it's like, as much as possible, enjoy the moment. Even when you're under pressure, have a look and see what lessons you're being taught in that moment, and how you can just release it and say, look, if I can't change this moment, I will just try and enjoy it as much as possible, or see what I'm being taught in this moment. And then it almost, to change your mind space at this moment in time, apparently is everything. That's what I'm being given. Okay, so again, that may not resonate with everyone, but this card, this is a card of a return to better times. It can also be a card of nostalgia. Okay, so I feel there's someone, especially someone in spirit, who is walking with you and protecting you, and is kind of like reminding you of happy memories. So if you've been very nostalgic recently about times with a person who has transitioned, you're being given those memories on purpose. And I feel this person is going to make themselves known through some sort of omen or sign that they are around you. I'm not being given a sign other than the coat of arms. Okay, so I have to make that known. But the Six of Cups, this is about sharing experiences. It's about generosity of spirit, like a boomerang, better karma coming back towards you because you've been so open and, you've been so giving in life. This is also a card of emotional care, that you are taking better care of your mindfulness and of your circumstances in order to create a period of calmness, peace, and sanctuary for the way ahead. It's almost like by creating a peace of mind or a sanctuary of peace, you're opening yourself up to the universe to deliver things that have been meant for you all along, but were not ready to be delivered because of you. Either it's almost like some sort of change of direction. I feel like you've had to set yourself up for this change in order to receive this reward. Okay, so this is a reward. This is a gift. This is something that is being given to you for all the sort of hard time you've been through. And of course, we shouldn't have to live our life going through hard things so that we can be rewarded. That's not a very healthy energy. But I feel on the other side of this difficulty for you, better times lie ahead. That's the energy that's coming through, okay? So I'm just going to pull some final cards for you. I mean, for some of you, if you're worried about finances, for example, I see some of you maybe opening yourself up to second streams of income, maybe even something online, because we have swords there. And for some of you, you may be like, how do I do that? You know, but I feel the answers that you seek will come to you. You'll find a way of launching something that is connected to the ether, and it will be very lucrative. I mean, Seven of Pentacles, it tends to mean that, you know, you will have enough to do you in this moment. There's a little bit of an increase coming in, but there is more to come. Right now, the Seven of Pentacles indicates that you're in a period of self-development, you know, and some of you may even be using the finances that you have in order to implement better self-development. So for some of you, you may be taking courses of learning, or you may actually pay for a class or meditation or yoga, or even a vacation, you know, a cultural getaway to submerge yourself in better weather, or better kind of food. It doesn't have to be better. It just means different is what I see. And it enriches you, because we are all searching for something to enrich ourselves, and we can all enrich each other with our experiences and with our cultures, without sort of losing sight of our own identity. You know, it's about this oneness, that we can all live as one and be so wonderfully different. So I feel a lot of you are really contemplating that right now. It's really interesting. That's the second time that as I've approached this deck, a card has just by accidentally kind of wanted to come off the top. I don't know if you can see that because this may be in the way, but maybe you can see it. So I almost want to take a peek at this card to see what it is for you. So Nine of Pentacles. It is a card of financial independence, having a glow up, confidence, being protected in your endeavors. It's a richness card, which is about you educating yourself about your own needs. It's about you being self-assured. It's also a card of prudence, but also safety, security, building a life of security for yourself and moving towards a better life, or a good life is what I see there. But also it's about you being disciplined, self-reliant. You're someone who is very strong, and you have a deep connection with the spiritual worlds. And I feel like, you know, you're sticking to your plans and you will benefit from them. Also, there is a level of freedom that will come with that. So I'm just going to go and get those final cards for you. We have preparation. As I said, I just get this energy in your reading about preparing, almost like preparing for the worst, or preparing for some sort of change, or something that you feel is going to be difficult because things have been difficult. But I actually see that, you know, you're going to win whatever it is that you want, or you're going to accomplish it. And you should be really proud of yourself. It says here, if you want the victory, be prepared for the fight. I feel like you're in the midst of the fight, right? I feel like things are difficult, but some of you may feel overloaded, overstretched, but it will be worth it. And it says here, time to plan, don't get caught off guard. But I already feel like you're in that state of not being caught off guard, because you're so intuitive and everything you need is within you. You have the tools already equipped. It's almost like you've come equipped to this lifetime to deal with the lessons that have been thrown at you to learn. And believe me, we're all here to learn lessons, spiritually evolve. And I've been through some really doozy lessons as well. And sometimes in those moments, those whirlwinds that I've experienced in my own life, where suddenly there is a stillness because the storm is raging about me. And I just feel like, you know, I've gone through a period of losing everything pretty much really quickly, and it was a shock. But in those moments, at that time, I was very uncertain about the future. I didn't know what the future held. I felt, you know, that I'd failed in some way by losing everything, even though circumstance had come towards me and taken those things from me that I'd worked really hard to have. But actually, when I look back now from the position I'm in, all those things had to be taken away from me because they were not good for me. I could see that now, but in the time I was like, why is this happening? You know, I'm a good person. I've tried really hard. And, you know, I wasn't being given any answers in that moment apart from stillness. And you've got the cards of stillness here. So, you know, the answers will be revealed to you. And when you finally realize those answers, you're going to almost like thank the experiences, some of the experiences, not all, of course. You'll thank those experiences for shaping your future, because the future is brighter, is what I see there. Okay. Now we also have defensiveness. I mean, you do have 2 cards here of defenses. So I would say, you know, things have been like a lot of pressure. So I feel, you know, make sure you pay attention to your immune system at this time, because it could leave you wide open for like a seasonal cold. It says defensive behavior creates barriers and negative outcomes. I did kind of say that, okay? That did come up there. It happens to us all. We all go through periods of this. So I'm not pointing a finger at anyone, my beautiful Aquarians. We all go through moments of feeling like we need to prepare for the worst. But sometimes that will rob us for being open to the best, because the defenses are up, and that means nothing can get through. It says guarded, conflict, protective, and blame. Okay, now we also have seeking. What you are seeking is seeking you at this moment. Really positive, because you're the magnet. So this is you like seeking something or drawing something towards you, and it is coming towards you, whatever it is. It's going to be different for everybody. And it says here, research, questing after truth, and the chase. So I do feel that you're in a period of questioning, questing, as it were, as well, but also research. And we've got the staff, taking stock of this decision before you make the decision. It says there, taking stock of the decision before making a decision. Stand firm, spiritual power, and wait. It's almost like you're in that pause, that holding room of life that we go through sometimes, but you're about to have a major breakthrough. The pause has a purpose. It's there to help us reflect on the best way forward. And you are going to make the right decision, because you're in a more empowered position than ever before. Because I feel like you're connected deeply to your intuition, and you see below the surface. With the High Priestess, that indicates you don't just rely on surface information, you dig a little bit deeper, and also you check in with your gut instinct. So your heart, your gut instinct, it will never lead you astray, and I feel better times lie ahead for you, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. It's the notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is really actually very important for me too. Also, some of you beautiful Aquarians have been saying that you're not receiving notifications. So I did reach out to YouTube, and they said they did some updates, and that people need to go to their YouTube settings, and in the settings you'll find notifications, and in the notifications all the sort of buttons need to be on to receive the notifications. And also, whoever's channel you want notifications from, you must be subscribed to them and have pressed that little notifications bell. So I'm not just asking for my channel, I'm just telling you the information I was given in case across the board you're just having problems. So I hope that helps some of you out there. Now we have the wheel rune. So this is the Wheel of Fortune rune. I do apologize. We've had so much rain here. It's like unreal. So it is very loud at the moment. So if you can hear that on the mic, that is what the sound in the background is. We've got the wheel rune there for you. So this is about your journey. Okay, but it's also about Wheel of Fortune energy, better times ahead. Also, this is about you taking control of your situation and making the right decisions. And this action will affect your future in a really positive way. Now, also, we have the home rune. Okay, so that's about property. But also, interestingly enough, it's about your heritage. So this could be about, you know, your legacy that you're leaving. Also about, you know, your family lineage. I mean, for some of you, it's really about where you feel home. So some of you may be returning to a place where you feel is home, or planting roots somewhere. I mean, some of you may even be going into property, or saving for home, or selling. But this is about, you know, a mountain to climb, and that you're close to being at the top of your mountain, and the view from there is beautiful. And I definitely see here that there's an energy here of, well, I'm being given 2 words, good news. So, because I'm scrying, I can see 2 words, good news. I didn't expect to see words in there. I normally see images. It's rare to see words unless they want me to give poetry or prose or something. But good news, that's what I'm being given. So, I mean, that is really great. And finally, we have a book. It's a very ornate book here. I'm trying to see what's on the front of it. I mean, the book represents knowledge, but it also represents family tree, lineage as well. So this is about you, again, it's like you establishing your identity. It's about where you've come from, where you are now, and where you want to take life to the next level and be really proud of yourself. But I also feel with the book, it's like a new chapter is upon you. And I feel that in order to open a new chapter, we must close the last one. And a lot of you have been closing the last one. Ten of Wands means something difficult is ending, or you've got closure on it. And now it's almost like maybe you're throwing the book away and you're actually getting a new book, for example. So I feel some really great times ahead, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there for those that are struggling through these times, and so much love and light. But I do see a path is being made clear for you to move forward with a little bit more ease, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.